The Real Estate Hour, the longest-running real estate talk show in the North Bay, heard every Sunday morning right here on KSRO for over 35 years. Hosted by Allison Norman and Stephanie Norman, local realtors with local real estate experience. And now, here are Allison and Stephanie.
Good morning. It's Super Bowl Sunday. Welcome to the Real Estate Hour. Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Anyway, it's a beautiful day. It looks really, well, we're on the west side of town. It's always the fog kind of lingers a lot longer on that side. And as you drive across town to the east side.
But the sunshine is.
The sun is coming out, so yay. Although it says chance of rain, maybe, or light showers, but only in the North Bay, not for the Super Bowl. Not that we really care because our team isn't playing.
Oh.
When?
A reason to party.
I know. Yes, so if you're excited as we are, I mean, it's always fun. It's just exciting that it's in our
It is exciting
neck of the
that
woods.
it's in the Bay Area.
I posted a video that somebody had posted on Facebook of all of the Seattle Seahawks fans on the entrance to the Golden Gate Bridge. You know that?
Oh, yeah.
There's that little gift shop and restaurant or something right there, that Vista Point, and boy, it was just all a sea of Seahawks fans. So our rival, but that's okay. And I still haven't decided who I'm rooting for. How about you, Joe? Who do you like for the Super Bowl?
I like and rooting for Seattle, and the reason is it is all 49ers. Not liking Seattle. I think they're going to win the game.
Yeah.
But rooting for Seattle because going into today, all-time playoff wins in the history of the NFL, New England and the Niners are tied at 40.
Oh,
so I want to keep the Niners tied there.
There you go.
And the Niners are only one Super Bowl win away from Seattle New England and Pittsburgh. They've got 6, the Niners got 5. So if the Niners ever win a Super Bowl again, they can catch that up.
They will. They will. Good to know. You heard it right from Joe Pasquini, the sports guy and our engineer, the guy who makes it all happen here in the studio. So thanks, Joe, for your insight. Anyway.
So that is a good point for wanting Seattle to win over New England.
Yes.
Well, I thought a good drinking game would be when they show Super Bowl records. Every time a 49er is listed in the Super Bowl records, when they show the list, take a shot.
There you go.
And if you don't want to get drunk, take a shot only when the Niners aren't there, because they'll be there quite a bit.
They're there. Yeah. They do very well. We should be proud of them still. Anyway, okay, this is not a sports show, so we're going to move on. Although we digress all the time to that. Anyway, so you have a little bit of information.
Yes. So the Super Bowl is actually the unofficial kickoff to the spring market.
It is, and isn't it funny? We say that all the time, even if it's not because it's here in the Bay Area, but really across the country.
Yes, but since it's here in the Bay Area, it means that there's going to be more people in the Bay Area, and they're going to be out there. They might want to go look at houses for some. They might be curious, or maybe they do want to buy. So it's a good idea to have your houses open if they're on the market. And because people are out there, and I know it's way down in Santa Clara. Yes. However, while you're here in Santa Clara, let's go to the wine. And when people will be coming up to the Bay, to the North Bay and wine country, Napa, Sonoma, it's after the Super Bowl, right? Yes. That week after, while we're here. Well, sorry, go ahead. I interrupted you. Yesterday, there was tons of people in San Francisco, San Jose, everywhere in the Bay Area, so celebrating. So,
yeah, and it
actually, I heard there was a party in Petaluma, and there was some Seattle Seahawks.
We missed the party.
There'll be some parties. My invitation got lost in the mail too.
Right, ours too. But and it sounds kind of far-fetched, and somebody might come buy a house while they're here for the Super Bowl. But you know what? It happens. People come, and we're a destination county here, and really the Bay Area. And people do come into town. They go, gosh, wouldn't it be great to buy a second home here? Wouldn't it be great to buy a short-term rental that we can come stay at and then we can rent it out? By the way, I think you had some statistics. We don't need to go too deep into it, but also short-term rental is way up too, because people come into town and they want to rent a house rather than stay in a hotel. But, you know, it sounds far-fetched, but we really do see people actually come in, look at, and start thinking about this area when they come here to visit on vacation. So don't think we're crazy, because it does happen.
Yes, and so
anyway.
the market kickoff, typically the Monday after the Super Bowl, marks a psychological shift where buyers become more serious and sellers start listing homes, signaling the start of the spring rush. In strategic timing, as in listing in February rather than waiting for spring, allows sellers to catch early buyers and benefit from lower inventory levels. And it's also, Super Bowl weekend is a good time to do open houses. Well, yesterday would have been a good day, but I mean, you could still do it today before the Super Bowl.
Right,
so.
well, and not everybody likes football. Not everybody likes...
Exactly, not everyone's going to be watching the game.
Like the halftime, which is what we're tuning in for. Besides, since we don't really have a team in the game, but... you know, so not everybody, and a lot of times the one spouse will be, well, I want to watch football, and we're going to watch Super Bowl, and the other one's I'm going to go look at houses, you know. So we do see that happen where it is a busy time to go look at property. So don't feel like that you can't bother your.
I've always said if you want to get some shopping done,
the
mall should be clear.
Yes. And when it gets really busy in the supermarket is when it is during halftime. Although I don't know, because the halftime show has become more and more of something to stick around to watch. So, anyway, that's all we got. So it is, and we say it every year, and we say it all the time. It's this weird, like you said, psychological shift to suddenly it's like, okay, spring market, let's go, or let's beat the spring market. Well, we've been saying it since December.
Because everybody is thinking the same thing. Let's put our house on the market in the spring. And so you wait for that, and you're not the only one thinking that. So your house and all the other houses are going to be put on the market in the spring, and then your house isn't going to stand out. It's going to be one of many instead of one of few. Yeah. You want to stand out, not blend in. So.
Yeah, and the more inventory that's on the market, the more picky people are, and they really kind of nitpick, and they start really looking around, and they ask for things that they wouldn't normally ask for if they were in there with multiple offers, rather than being the seller going, hey, pick me, and they're what are you going to do to make me pick you, so it really does benefit you to be like Steph said, one of few, or the only one, be that only one shining there in your neighborhood, instead of one where they go, well, let's go look at that other one too, and let's look at the other one around the corner, and let's look at the one across the street, and then, I like this one, they really did a nice job fixing up and all of that stuff. So anyway,
speaking of listing homes, we do have a new listing.
We do, and we mentioned it last week, but we are... I think it wasn't on the market yet. So it's officially on the market as of last Monday. And this is actually one of few. I pulled up a mile radius around the JC neighborhood, around this listing we have at 2003 Humboldt Street. It really is one of two within a quarter mile in that JC neighborhood. And then I went out to a mile, and it's one of seven. So, and it's also the lowest price of all of those. So this is it's the address is 2003 Humboldt Street. It's right on the corner of Silva and Humboldt. Just a really nice short walk down to everything the JC, all of the food places, all of just of what Mendocino Avenue has to offer. Santa Rosa High School is right there. Humboldt is a bicycle boulevard. A lot of people ride their bikes. I know the owner said that Tuesday nights are real fun to watch, just all the families riding by down to Taco Tuesday downtown. So it's an easy shot to downtown too. It's just an awesome location. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house with a garage conversion that gives you a second bathroom, and an additional 400 what is it like? Oh, 405 square feet. So the house itself is 1,220 square feet. The tax records actually show it as the 1,600, which includes that garage conversion. It also has big, wide, like an RV, or even just pull a car in, spot on the other side of the house. So it has, and so being that corner, it's really nice. The owner's just put a lot of care into this property. She's been there for about 10 years and has done a lot of updates. She's really taking good care of it. And it's just, it's got that classic charm of an old, it's built in 1948. A lot of times you see people over update, they come in and they put all the fancy stuff in there and update it. And buyers come into the JC area and they go, man, I wish they would have left that. I wish they would have left that original hardwood floor, which is there. All of the things. She has updated bathrooms, but had done it in a nice way that it fits into that charm of the era. It's listed at $735,000. Like I said, it's the lowest price. I didn't even filter the criteria by size or by bedrooms, baths, anything like that. It's the lowest price home in that area right now. Active on the market. So listed at $735,000, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, because there is that second bath out in the garage conversion, which is a really nice bonus space. Whether it's for, an in-law to stay, it's for a guest to stay. It's nice guest suite. It does have everything you need in a little studio out there. So it's available on the market. 2003 Humboldt Street.
And it is owner occupied, so please don't disturb the owner.
Yeah, don't go knock on the door. But it is easy to show. Just give us a call or give your agent a call if we're not your agent, and say, hey, can we go see that place? And it's really easy to get in and see.
Definitely. And so also we have our workshop.
Yeah, should we talk about our workshop? We have. Joe is signaling a break. Should we take a break and then let's talk before we take a break? Let's real quick go over what we're going to talk about today.
Okay, so we have our workshop coming up on Tuesday, I believe. Tuesday
evening?
It's
this Tuesday evening.
And then we have another one towards the end of the month.
Yeah.
We're going to go over the market numbers.
We're going to take a look at January, all of January.
A look at January, thank you.
What happened in January? The Dream for All,
And the
right?
Dream for All, yes.
So the California Dream for All is back for another year. Down payment assistance program. It's an interesting program because it is a shared appreciation program. We're going to talk about what that is. What does that mean? And then because we're doing this 1031 exchange workshop next week, on Tuesday this week, really, I've got a good 1031 exchange FAQ to kind of talk about why you need to come to this workshop. Who needs to come to this workshop? It's not just for investors. It's also if you have a house you live in and you're going to get hit by a huge amount of capital gains. All of that stuff. So we're going to talk about that, but we're going to take a break first. So let's take a break. I'm Allison Norman.
I'm Stephanie Norman.
We are the Norman Home Team, and you're listening to the Real Estate Hour. We'll be right back.
Good morning.
Good morning. We're back. We're back. It's the Real Estate Hour. Anyway, we're back. We're going to talk about, real quick, you brought it before we had to go take a break, but our workshops that are coming up. And first one we want to talk about, building wealth, minimize your capital gains tax with 1031 exchange. We had Russell Marson a month or so, 6 weeks ago. Really very knowledgeable. He's the senior vice president of IPX 1031. He was on the show, and we talked about a lot of things in the brief little time that we had him here. He's agreed to come and do an hour or hour and a half, if need be, to really do a deep dive on what is a 1031 exchange and who can benefit from it. And he's real big on really kind of right-sizing your investment. So if you own an investment property, one single family home or any residential property, 27 and a half years, you can appreciate it for your tax benefits. Once you hit that, if you've owned something for like 30 years, you're no longer getting the advantage that you are as far as depreciation, which is one reason people buy investment properties. So right-sizing that, selling that, investing or transferring by 1031 exchange without paying a capital gains tax into another investment property. It could be land, it could be commercial, it could be a Delaware statutory trust, which we're going to talk about in detail at this event. So I don't want to spend too much time on that, but he's offered to come do this for us, and we really want to fill the room. We've got a nice amount of people coming now, but we have room for more, and we would love to see you there. I promise you it won't be boring. Promise that I know it's dinner time, 6 to 7:30. We're going to feed you, and it'll be fun, and it'll be.
Yes.
He's very entertaining. He's not a dry speaker. He's a very energetic, very entertaining
and
speaker.
we're entertaining too.
And we're fun to be around. So anyway, we've got some seats left. We'd love for you to come and do this. And I think it not just to help us out and fill the room, not to help us out, but I really feel that it's a benefit.
Yes.
He's coming to do this, and don't miss out on it because
it's no obligation. You don't have to sign up for anything. You
that's
just
the
have to
biggest
sign
thing.
up to be there.
I think, you do have to sign up to be there. You can just text, or you can go to our website, Norman Home Team at winecountry.com. There's our events there. Go on there. You'll find that event on the calendar. Click on that, and there's or go to our Real Estate Hour Facebook page, Real Estate Hour with Allison and Stephanie Norman, and that will take you to, you can either just text us, 707-799-3617 and say, hey, I want to come. What do I do? And we'll just put you on the list. Otherwise, there is an Eventbrite page for it, and you can go in. It says purchase tickets, but you're not. The tickets are free. This is a free event, and I think you made a good point. Is this is no pressure, and I know that I kind of shy away from going to seminars, and which is isn't a seminar, it's a workshop. Because
We're not gonna make you buy anything,
but there won't be. I'm not even gonna. We're not even gonna have a sales pitch at the end. Okay,
exactly.
you don't have to sit through anything like that. This is purely information for you that we want to provide, and really thank Russell Marsan for agreeing to come and do this, and would love to fill the room for him. Anyway, we have a few seats left, so. Come on down, and really, if there's realtors in the room listening in the room on the radio, you're welcome. This is not, like I said, this is not a salesy thing. This is, I think, the more we know and understand 1031 exchange as real estate professionals and people in the industry, the better, because then we can help our clients better. But if you are an investor, if you're a homeowner and you're trying to figure out what to do with this huge capital gains, and if you sell, you're going to get hit with a big tax, there are ways to strategically convert your primary residence into an investment property. If we have time at the end, I'll talk a little bit more about that. But if not, you'll just have to come to this workshop.
Or maybe you know somebody that could benefit from this event.
Yeah,
so
if you know somebody.
send them on
or even
over.
if you're just curious about investing,
exactly.
This is a really good opportunity. And we're really, really lucky to have Russell Marsan come in to talk about it.
Yes,
So
definitely.
give us a call, 707-799-3617, or text is probably
especially
better. Since we're on the radio
and
right
then
now.
also this month we have another event, Tuesday, February 24th, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Yeah, or 7:30.
6 to 7:30, or if we finish in an hour, finish in an hour.
Exactly.
But I wanted to give extra time just in case.
And so this one is for home buyers, the first-time home buyer, however, or not a first-time home buyer.
Well, and the way we kind of word it is home buyer strategies, and it is going to be leaning heavily towards first-time buyers. However, there's buyers that maybe want to sell and buy, and they're kind of stuck in what do I do? We can help figure that out. Amanda Hager, who also has called into the show with she's with Task Mortgage, and she's got a ton of great strategies and information that can help you figure that out.
Definitely. Yeah.
And also, it's not necessarily first-time buyers, but we're definitely going to talk about all of that.
Yeah, and it's a free in-person, no pressure event.
Another one of those.
Yes.
That's kind of our thing.
Exactly. Yes.
we're no pressure. We're the no pressure
because
realtors.
We don't like that, so we don't want to do that to you guys either.
Right. Yes, absolutely. We're here to provide, and especially these Norman Home Team Learning Series workshops, which we'd love to continue doing if we get a nice turnout and we can justify continuing to do it.
Yeah.
But I think both of us and the people that we bring in as guests, we really like to just educate people. And if it turns into business at some point, awesome. If not, we've educated someone, just like the Real Estate Hour. That's what we do, is we help you figure this crazy
Yes.
thing out.
So it's the same thing. If you want to go to this event, you can go to our Facebook page.
Yeah, the Real Estate Hour with Allison and Stephanie Norman, or our website, normanhometeamwinecountry.com. And you'll see our event calendar, and you can find the link to that. Reserve your seat. We just need to know you're coming because we are going to feed you.
Yes.
And we want to make sure we have a chair for you to sit in. So tell us you're coming. Anyway, so so that's, we're excited about it, and I hope you all are too. If you know anybody that's thinking about buying, even if it's not now, you don't have to be ready right now. And we hear it all the time, especially you do, Stephanie, is that, I'm not ready right now. It's like, you don't have to be ready.
You don't have to be ready. It's just to inform you know how to be ready, how to get ready when you're ready, what you need to do, what are the steps.
Because we get a lot of questions.
Yeah, we
do.
You know,
people go, what's going on with the real estate market?
Exactly,
How do I, and then I hear a lot of, I'm never going to be able to buy a house. It's like, well, have you talked to someone? You know, and we're going to talk when we come back.
And there's a will, there's a way.
Right, and I think Amanda mentioned when she was here that, a lot of people think they have to wait 5 years or, more. And she says, maybe you don't. Look at the whole picture and talk to a lender. So we're giving you the opportunity to come talk to a lender. Zero pressure, but just to really learn all the options. If you are thinking of buying, if you're a homeowner that wants to sell and buy, all that stuff.
Yeah, and I know a lot of buyers thinking you need to have that 20% down payment.
No.
Yes.
No,
you do
not.
not need.
Yeah.
You don't need to have that.
All right. So one of those ways to not have that down payment are the California Dream for All program. There's a lot of other ones. We're going to talk about that when we get back from the break, shall we?
Yes.
So we're going to break for the news. I think we're heading out right now, Joe. I'm Allison Norman.
I'm Stephanie Norman.
We are the Norman Home Team, and you're listening to the Real Estate Hour. We'll be right back. Good morning. We are the Real Estate Hour here, and we left off talking about some of the things we're going to talk about at our Home Buyer Strategies webinar coming up February 24th. In the evening. It's Tuesday evening, so when you get off work, come on over. But one of those things that's happened, and I think it's like the third year maybe, the California Dream for All program. The first time they offered it, money was gone in just like that.
Yes.
But so they've kind of rearranged things, and last year they said, okay, we're not doing it that way. It is a lottery now, and there's a window that just opened did not just open. It's opening on the same day as our Home Buyer Strategies workshop.
Imagine that.
February 24th, and then the window closes at March 16th. Once that window closes, they're going to start selecting until the money runs out, and there's like 200 million. Not that.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Gosh, I had the number right here. But anyway, so there's a big chunk of money available for a down payment. And what they're doing is it's a shared appreciation loan, and it's a down payment assistance program for first-time home buyers. And what a lot of people don't realize is first-time home buyer is defined as you haven't owned a home in 3 years, which is really odd to me because how are you now a first-time buyer? But anyway, you are according to the rules, and that's not just this program. It's typically first-time buyer programs are you haven't owned a home in 3 years. It does benefit maybe somebody that lost their home to a short sale or to foreclosure back in that market. And I think that's kind of why they do that. It's like, okay, now you're back into the real estate market. The one big caveat on this program is that you have to be not only a first-time home buyer, but a first-generation home buyer. So if your parents own a home, you're not eligible for this, either of your parents.
Yeah.
So and the reason is they really want to get that. Real estate is a generational thing, and once you get into that, it really does help you. And I think the idea is, well, if your parents own your home, then they could probably help you. Although that shouldn't be the case because I own my own home, but it doesn't necessarily mean you've got money to help your kids. But But anyway, that's the idea behind it. So, so the program highlights are: it offers up to 20% for down payment or closing costs, not to exceed $150,000. So 20% of the purchase price. Okay, so that's a big chunk of money, and that's what, like you're saying, this misconception that you have to have 20% down. You don't. You can get a loan that's 3% down. There's down payment assistance programs that can cover all of it, or can cover like to where you only have to put like a 1% down, or even 0.5% down. So don't get in that mindset where you have to have 20% down. However, especially in this market and where the affordability is what really keeps a lot of people out of the market, 20% down is huge. It's a huge benefit.
I feel like that's why a lot of people think they're not ready to buy a home and they don't want to talk to a lender yet, because they have this idea that they need to have that 20%.
Right.
They're like, oh, I don't have that. But if you talk to a lender, then you can figure out, oh, wait, I don't need that 20%, and I can do this loan, I qualify for that or that. And so it does help.
I mean, the one thing it does is it means you qualify for a lower priced home because you don't have as much money and so your loan's going to be bigger. Doesn't mean you can't do it. It's just, but having this down payment assistance that's 20% down is a really big deal. And so I would encourage you to look into it and see if it's something that works for you. You do have to you have to be a current resident of California. One borrower has to be a current resident of California. All borrowers must be, this is interesting because it says one borrower must be a first-generation home buyer. So if it's like a married couple, or I think it can even be a non-married partnership, somebody that says they're going to buy a house together, and look into this, into the program and find out. But it's one borrower must be a first-generation home buyer. And then all borrowers must be first-time, we already said that, home buyers. Income must meet the Cal, HAFA, or HFA income limits, and HFA's Housing Finance Authority, I believe. But anyway, I had it here somewhere, and it is by county, and so you have to be, you can't be over that limit. Yeah, so it is for, moderate income. Sorry, there it is. Sonoma County is $209,000. So Dream for All shared appreciation loan income limits. So I literally went to their website. I clicked on the link, and it said, and I printed it this morning, and now I'm looking at it, and it says 2025 income limits. So. Apparently the website's not up to date, but anyway, it is as of 2025, and I don't think it changed a lot of any, but 209,000 is your, you can't make over that amount to qualify for this program. You do have to talk to a specific lender that is approved. I think most of our local lenders have gone through the process. I think it's a pretty easy process to get approved, to be a Cal HAFA approved lender. And they do require you to have a pre-approval letter from one of those lenders with your application. You don't have to have approval. You don't have to have a house in mind, which some of the programs do. Like Burbank Housing and the city of Santa Rosa had a program where you actually had to have a house picked out, and then go apply for the thing, which didn't make sense because it's anyway. This is really good. The other really big important thing to understand about the Dream for All program, it is a shared appreciation loan. So you've got this, they're putting down the 20%, they're getting a percentage of your home, where it's different with a loan, a regular mortgage, they have a lien on the property, So they pretty much own a portion of your home. When you sell, you're going to pay them back that amount they gave you, excuse me, plus any equity that you gained. So it's just, and maybe that's a nice trade-off, and you're not paying, excuse me, my voice today. But anyway, so it's important to understand that, and what I had a thing here, kind of a better explanation of what a, thank you, of what I'm struggling today. There There we go. I was going to tell you, so kind of just what is the shared appreciation, just so I can make sure everybody understands. It refers to a financial arrangement, often in the context of a shared appreciation mortgage. In this type of mortgage, the borrower agrees to share a percentage of the appreciation in the home's value with the lender. When the borrower sells the home, they repay the lender the loan balance plus an agreed upon percentage of the increased market value. So basically, they own a little portion of your house, and maybe that's okay, and that's good because you're getting 20% down, and you're getting into a home. So
might be worth it.
but it's important to know and understand that. You do also have to take their little education course. And you have to have that pre-approval letter. And then once you if you are one of the lucky people who gets that lottery, you get picked to do it, then you get a voucher and you have 90 days to find a home and then use the Stream for All program. So it's a really good opportunity for.
It really is, yeah.
They do need verification that your proof of parent relationship, birth certificate, adoption papers, or if you are a foster child, there's some way to verify that as well. So it's a good program and a good opportunity. However, I've talked to lenders where they say, well, it's not the only one out there for one, but maybe for this particular person, there might be a better thing. There might be something different where now you're not sharing your equity and you don't need the 20% down. You can get a down payment assistance. You can get an FHA loan that's 3.5% down.
Exactly. And you don't know what you qualify for until you talk to a lender.
Yes. Yeah, but so they may have some other options. Cal HAFA or Cal HFA, we all call it Cal HAFA, but it's there's a lot of different loan programs, or FHA, and there's a Cal Plus HAFA, and that has there's some down payment assistance where they actually pay for your closing costs too, and then you come in with like 5 like 0.5% down, So there's some really good programs out there, and especially when the inventory's low. No, when the inventory's high, when the inventory goes up, buyers start asking for things. So sellers be aware of that. They're going to ask for closing costs, maybe, to help them. And if the offer makes sense, and they're asking, a lot of times what we'll do is we'll write the offer a little up, a little higher, if we know the appraiser is going to, it'll appraise for that higher amount, but raise the price up a little if you're trying to be competitive with an offer that's, maybe coming in with 20% down. Raise your offer a little bit and then ask for some closing costs or something like that. You can do that. I mean, there are a lot of strategies. So especially in our workshop that we're going to do, we're going to talk strategy too, because a big part of it is strategy and knowing and understanding how to get your offer in there. Yep.
So
did you have a I
was just going to say, so that workshop is Tuesday, February 24th, 6 p.m. to 7:30. Go to our Facebook page. I think we have it on the Real Estate Hour, right?
Yeah, it's on there. It's the Real Estate Hour
with Allison and Stephanie Norman. We have it on our website.
Norman Home Team WineCountry.com.
We have so many different ones. I know. Can't keep them
you can Well, you can actually go NormanHomeTeam.com. We added the Wine Country in there because there's actually which we found out later, there's a Norman Home Team in Norman Home Team Gateway, and it's in Virginia or something. And coincidentally, they're with Keller Williams Realty. Yes. And it's not Norman, Oklahoma. It's their last name is Norman. And so we're all, that's a catchy name. Let's do that. And then found out that there's another Norman. Well, they're the Norman Home Team. We're just Norman Home Team. Anyway, so you can find us NormanHomeTeam.com, NormanHomeTeamWineCountry.com. You can go to our Facebook page, Real Estate Hour with Allison and Stephanie Norman. If I haven't said Norman enough right now.
Or you can always text us. You want to sign up for our homebuyer strategy workshop?
Or our
building build wealth.
Minimize capital gains tax.
Yes, the 1031 exchange.
That's on Tuesday.
Investors, that is on Tuesday. This Tuesday.
Yeah. Hurry up and sign up.
Yes, hurry up and sign up.
So we know how much food to buy.
Yes, exactly. So text us 707-799-3617 if you can't find the sign up event thing.
Yes, yeah, we'll help you through. Okay, so let's talk about the real estate market. Where are we? We have plenty of time for that. Let's talk about what happened in the real estate market right now. Joe says we should probably take a break. So let's take a break. Then we're gonna talk about the January numbers. What happened in January? Because we are now on January 8th. So everybody should have had February 8th. Everybody should have had. I'm sorry. Everybody should have had plenty of time to get their numbers. I mean, they're, we're in escrow or we closed in escrow. Us realtors, well, sometimes we get busy and we forget. And so I like to give it a little bit of a time to get caught up. So we're going to take a look at the January numbers compared to last year's January numbers. And we're going to look at what's currently active on the market. Stephanie has a look at what happened this last week because people are currently active out there buying.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, so let's take a quick break. I'm Allison Norman.
I'm Stephanie Norman.
We are the Norman Home Team, and you're listening to the Real Estate Hour. We'll be right back.
Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning. Welcome back. It is the Real Estate Hour, and it's Super Bowl Sunday. Hope you're gonna find. I haven't really heard of any places to be today to watch. It's such a. I just want to know where we're gonna be when the halftime show comes on.
Yeah.
So anyway. Okay. So we're gonna talk about what happened in the real estate market.
I was just going to say, speaking of the Super Bowl and halftime, there is a CAR commercial that we are excited to see.
Oh yeah, they said, and I was looking for it, and I don't know if it's coming on. It was a little confusing, but there is a new homeowner. What was it? Homeownership. Something about homeownership, but homeownership matters, and they're actually looking for people to kind of talk about what. And there's a hashtag homeownership matters. And they're talking about what do you love about homeownership and why it's important to you. And so there's a big push, CAR, California Association of Realtors, to really get people into homes. And that's part of the California Dream for All program.
Yep.
There's a lot of it's, really don't give up on that dream of being a homeowner. There's also some NAR, National Association of Realtors, data that says that the it's still the dream. The dream of home ownership is still, and there's a lot of people that I talked to too, even just recently, they said, oh, I'm never going to be able to buy a home here. But you know what? Don't say that, because we can, help you. And maybe, and maybe there's going to be alternative ways, and that'll be a topic for another show, but kind of alternative ways of, and I think we kind of talked about like buying with someone else or renting here, buying outside the area, and then making some money on that property and then taking that money back to California, buying a home. So there's all kinds of ways, but we got way off track. But anyway, there's supposed to be a commercial. I don't know where it's going to be, but if you see it, say, oh, that's what they were talking about. Okay.
All right. So
let's look at the numbers.
Get to the numbers.
So we're going to let's talk about what happened, what's currently active in the market, our normal look at the numbers, all of Sonoma County, every little nook and cranny. If you want us to fine tune it down to your neighborhood, the area that you're interested in moving to, or a friend's neighborhood, whatever. If you want us to fine tune it down to a specific area, we can do that for you. And do a personal look at what you're specifically looking for. But this is a broad look at everything in Sonoma County. Currently active on the market, single-family homes. We've been keeping an eye on that. The numbers are inching up. We're now at 508 single-family homes currently active on the market. It was 484 2 weeks ago, 496 last week. But back in November, it was like 800, So that's why it's low inventory, but it's typical in the winter. Things go down. Be prepared, because I bet that number's going to go up by next week because it's the official kickoff, the Super Bowl. Okay, and then the median price of those that are currently active on the market is $1,175,000. In escrow, there are single-family homes. There are 230 active single-family homes. We expect that number to come up too. It's also inching up. There was 172 a couple weeks ago. 198 last week. So that's inching up as well. I think the more inventory that comes on the market, the more that in escrow number will come up as well, because if it's not there, you can't buy it. So,
and it's the unofficial kickoff to the spring
the
market.
Super Bowl. Okay, so condo, townhouse is 94 active with 46 in escrow. And I had somebody ask me one time, does that mean of the 94, 46 are in escrow? No, it's not. There are 96 active. You could currently put an offer on that property and buy it. 46 it's a different a bunch of houses that are in escrow now, and you can't put an offer. Well, you can put a backup offer, but anyway. So those are two totally different things. Mobile homes, 67 mobile homes and 22 in escrow. Multi-unit 2 to 4 units, there's 77 active on the market with 23 in escrow. And land, that number's come down quite a bit too. There's 260 active land with 32 in escrow. And then let's take a look real quick. Let's do your numbers real quick, and then you do you. Let's do your numbers real quick. What happened this last week in real estate, and then we'll take a look at what happened January versus January.
Perfect. Okay, so from last Sunday to today, Sonoma County. So we have new listings 99 with an average median list price of $895,000. Back on market 16. Price reduction 38. In escrow 64. Pending 29. Closed 35 with an average median sold price of $860,000 with an average of 86 days on the market. So yeah, congratulations to whoever bought or sold a home.
And off you go.
Woohoo.
Into home ownership.
Yes,
Woohoo.
yay,
Or
you
off
did
on
it.
new adventures. Or now you got to find that replacement home.
Yes.
But yeah, congratulations to all that bought or sold. And those numbers were just single family homes, right?
Oh yes,
Is
sorry,
that- yeah,
single
that's
family.
okay. If you want something more specific, we can narrow it down. Or if you're keeping an eye on the land market or the investor market, we can which as it, like multifamily units and all that stuff. But anyway, let's take a look at what happened in January versus last January. Starting out with single family homes, again, this is all of Sonoma County. Single family homes, there were 166 single family homes that sold in January this year with a median sold price of $800,000 with 91 days on the market for an average. And the sold last year, so 800 this year, 818. I'm sorry, 166 sold last year, 186 sold this year. The median price is a little bit lower. Sold price is 800 this year versus 818 last year. And this is, again, a broad look. It doesn't mean like your home value went down by $20,000. Although we are seeing things soften, and I don't think they're coming down so much as that they're not being sold for over. Because we were seeing a lot of competition and things were selling for higher. And so, anyway, I think that's more of what it is. The median or the average days on the market, though, was 91 this January. It was 68 last January. So things were selling faster, which is weird because to me it feels like things have picked up this month, this year. So I don't know. This is what the numbers say. Go with your gut, though, what you're seeing out there. Condos, taking a look at condos. There were 26 condos that sold in January this year. There are 26 that sold last year, so the same. Multi-units, 2 to 4 units, so duplex, triplex, fourplex, and 2 houses or 3 houses on one lot. 24 sold this January. Only 17 sold last January. So we definitely sold more multi-units this year in January, which is interesting. I'm sorry. Gosh, I'm all over the place today. That was in case you're writing it down. Stephanie will put this on the Facebook page. So just listen and then go to our Facebook and you'll see it. And I just said that was not multi-units. That was mobile homes. 24 mobile homes, 17. So we sold a lot more mobile homes this January than we did last, which is also interesting. Multi-unit 2 to 4 units. Those correct numbers are 11 this month, this January versus 7 last January. So there is a difference in what we did sell more, and it's such a small number. Man, those really don't sell as fast. And a lot of times it's because the investors who buy those, and we're really not in an investor market with the higher interest rates. So people kind of take their investment money and go elsewhere a lot of times when the prices and the rates go up. Land, we sold 13 buildable residential pieces of land, not us personally, but the county, the collective real estate community. 13 sold, and then 16 last year. So fewer sold this year than they did last year. So I'm sorry, that was just a messy reading of all those numbers. So please go to the Facebook page or give us a call and say, hey, or text and say, can you just send those just because I didn't understand anything you just said.
The Real Estate Hour of Allison, Stephanie Norman on Facebook. I will post these numbers nice and organized you want to see them.
Yes.
And we also will have our YouTube page, the Real Estate Hour.
No, Sonoma County Real Estate
Sonoma
Hour.
County
How
Real
you find
Estate
us on
Hour.
YouTube, and that's usually on the podcast that Joe puts. So you can go to KSRO.com also and look for the shows.
Yes, so we have our
Ask
podcast.
the Expert and look for the Real Estate Hour with Allison and
Yes, and
Stephanie
it'll be
Norman.
on our Facebook page, the Real Estate Hour with Allison and Stephanie Norman. And make sure you check out our events.
Yeah.
Sign up, sign up, sign up.
Sign up. I want to say real quick, Joe does have, and we'll also post on Facebook, the link for that California Dream for All program. So if you Google it, you're going to find a whole bunch of different sources and different lenders that have posted it. Really, to get to the nitty gritty and all of the information, you got to go to the CalHAFA website.
Yes.
And Joe's going to have that. It's a longer link, but and then we'll have it on our Facebook page and everywhere else. Or text us and say, hey, what was that again? And the number 707-799.
3617.
So yeah, please sign up for. You've got 2 days left to sign up. Even if it's Tuesday afternoon, and you go, man, we should have signed up for that. Building wealth, minimizing capital gains tax with 1031 exchange with Russell Marsan, Senior Vice President of IPX 1031 Exchange. You can just text or go to the Eventbrite link, which is on our website. The Real Estate Hour. NormanHomeTeamWineCountry.com. Good grief. But you can go. You can go there or just text us and say, hey, I didn't sign up, but I'd love to come. And we would love to have you. So it's this coming Tuesday evening, 6 to 7:30. If you need to leave early, that's fine. We're going to get most of the information in that first hour. It's a free event, hands-on. Ask any questions you want. There are no dumb questions. We'd love to see you there. It's not a salesy event at all. We just want people to understand and take advantage of it and offer that value to you.
And then
anything else?
Don't forget about our event on the 24th. It's
Yes.
also a Tuesday, I believe.
Yes.
6 to 7:30. It is for the home buying, home buyer strategies. It's a hands-on workshop it's not just first-time buyers. It's any home buyers that want some
Or
buying
just
buying strategies.
curious.
Like,
If you're
yeah,
just
if
curious,
just
you're not ready,
curious.
but you would like to
Yes.
kind of know what you need to do to get ready. It's all provided free to you as a benefit, and we'd love to see you there. So, and go and take a look at our property at 2003 Humboldt Street. It's a beautiful property, and we'd
Yes,
love
and
for
it you
is
owner occupied, so please don't disturb
Yeah,
the
don't go
owners.
knock on their door. There's a
Alrighty.
theme song to that. Anyway, I'm Allison Norman.
I'm Stephanie Norman.
We're the Norman Home Team, and you've been listening to the Real Estate Hour. Go out there and have a great day. Happy Super Bowl Sunday.
You've been listening to the Real Estate Hour with Allison and Stephanie Norman, the Norman Home Team on KSRO. Join them every Sunday morning at 9. Sonoma County real estate market knowledge from real estate professionals born and raised in the North Bay. You can reach Allison and Stephanie anytime. Call or text 707-799-3617. That's 707-799-3617. The Real Estate Hour, Sunday mornings at 9 on KSRO and KSRO.com.